Hey, and welcome to this episode of Sensitive Superstars, where we're going to be diving into the very, very prickly topic of shame. And I feel like this is such an amazing opportunity that we are in right now to be able to really, as sensitive women, let go of the shame that we are carrying around and the shame that we collect on the way. Because, as you will know, when you feel shame about anything, it makes you feel like you're hiding. And this is something that I've really been getting into over the last kind of few days. And during my live event yesterday, we talked a lot about shame because the theme of the event was all about conscious relationships. And there's a brilliant quote by Brene Brown that says that vulnerability is the glue to having an intimate relationship, and that with all of that, when you're carrying any shame around with you, you don't feel like you are allowing yourself to be seen. You can't be seen because you are ashamed of something. You don't want that to be seen. So that shows up in our relationships. It stops us from having the most powerful and connected relationship possible. It shows up in our work. It shows up in our family life. It shows up in every single area of our lives. We carry it around with us like the most toxic luggage possible. And over the next few episodes, I really want to talk about this because I feel like it's really time for us to let go of that, own every single part of who we are, and move forward with real empathy and compassion for ourselves. Because when we have that, when we understand that about ourselves, it's so much easier to understand it about the people around us and the world around us. Now, this actually feels incredibly raw. And when I was talking yesterday at my live event, there was a lot that came up in the room, and there was a lot that came up for me afterwards because of it. And for me, speaking my truth has been one of the hardest lessons that I've learned so far, because for so long I kept everything very, very, very much locked in. And it really took so much to be able to let that out. And I do really believe that living a really joyful and really peaceful life means that we need to completely be able to own every single part of ourselves. And so this is like something that I started doing some work on, and I realised that I have more to do, and I'm ready to do it. And I guess this doing this Sensitive Superstar series is a really empowering way for me to continue to do my work, to owning my sensitivity as a superpower, and also to encourage and enable anybody else to go within and to find that within yourself, because your strength, your greatest strength, comes from your vulnerability. This is what I say when I say owning your sensitivity as a superpower, is because it's what makes you empathetic, it's what makes you compassionate, it's what gives you that depth to understand like what's going on for you and what's going on in the world around you, without letting it kind of consume you. So shame is consuming, and shame will bury you. Because the moment that you realise that you're not being all of yourself in whatever comes up for you, you recognise there's some shame that you're carrying around, and it's because you don't want that to be seen. And it's because that might make you look weak, or it might make you look like you're incapable, or it might make you look like you're not good enough, and it will just be reinforcing whatever deep negative underlying belief you have about yourself. So, deep breath. This is it's big, and I don't and it's not something that that you can just like pile into. It's something that comes from doing a lot of a lot of connection. You have to feel really connected with yourself, because if you do this kind of work, like to own your shame, if you do this when you feel really, really raw, or you feel really, really unsupported, it can be very counterintuitive. So come to this place of owning your shame when you are ready to do that. You know, I say ready, there maybe will never be a time when you feel really ready, but come to it from in a place where you feel that you have support, where you feel you have connection, and then you can start to work on it. So right now, I want you just to look really honestly, do like a bit of an audit at where you're at right now. And I got asked a brilliant question, which has really kind of catapulted this forward. An amazing coach called Laura Lucas shared in one of her live streams, you know, what are you most worried about your clients or your customers knowing about you? So she was talking about it in the context of owning your gift. All of her work is about owning your divine gift. And she was talking about, you know, where are you the most worried? What are you most worried about your clients or your customers knowing about you? And I think this is just like a superb question to ask yourself. So thank you, Laura. Like, just look at your life at the moment, and what are you most worried about your partner knowing about you? What are you most worried about your family knowing about you? What are you most worried about you know, your friends knowing about you? And it's that feeling of somebody tapping you on the shoulder, and that kind of imposter syndrome. So that's my take on it, and I would invite you to look at that. Now, it doesn't mean that you suddenly have to go around and share everything. We're going to be talking more about that over the next couple of episodes, because I was really inspired by the live event yesterday when we were talking about shame and vulnerability in our stories. But what I mean is just do some journaling around it, do some reflection on it for you at the moment. And the most important thing is to really show yourself so much love and kindness and compassion around this. So whatever comes up is all good. Make sure that you really are like bringing that loving kindness towards yourself in your self-talk, in your practice, in self-care, so that you're really, really showing up for you. And share with me what's come up for you. If you wanna come in and connect with me and go a little bit deeper and get monthly support each and every month with your journey wherever you're at, I'd invite you to come and join the tribe. Until the end of April, you have the opportunity to join as a monthly member at just $19.99 a month before the price goes up to £25 at the end of this month. So you can get lifetime membership at £19.99 a month. And there's so much incredible support, motivation and inspiration available as part of this global community for sensitive women who are on their journey. So I'm just going to sign off here, and I can't wait over the next couple of episodes to go deeper with this, because I totally know that as a sensitive woman, the moment you shine the light of awareness on whatever you feel shame about, and you own it, you will feel so empowered. And I just want to share this with you. So here's a technique that you can use when you are considering, you know, where in your life you are feeling shame, and what you'd be worried about somebody else finding out about you. If you feel you want to do this, get a journal out and write down what it is, and then as you write it out as a statement, I am this, like whatever it is, then write beside it, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So it's like, just like I say, really showing that loving kindness towards yourself when you're owning all of this for yourself. Okay, and this is what it is about. It's about for you. It's about being there for you. Everybody else is secondary. It's about how you feel about it. Okay, so sending you lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.